What's going on, guys? Baint from R8X Digital, a marketing agency built by a landscaper for landscapers. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down when you should invest in marketing for your landscaping business. Now, not only am I going to tell you when, but also depending on what stage you're at with your business, give you a couple ideas as far as what you should be investing in. That's going to hopefully give you the best return. So let's break it down. We'll start with step one. I've kind of got it in 4 different steps here. So obviously you want to lay your foundations. Now, if you're a brand new business, if you're just getting started, these are all things that are going to be extremely impactful for you. And again, this is really going to serve as the foundation that you build all of your other marketing efforts on top of. I could go into extreme detail, but without boring you guys, basically just know that your website and your Google business profile are going to be connected in some way, shape, or form to just about every other form of digital marketing that you do. And there's a lot of really great things that you can do where if you have a website that's high performing, you can set up something like a Google Pixel on your website. So now we can take visitors from your website that clicked off, refunnel them and target them with Google and Facebook ads and stuff like that. There's a ton of different stuff. There's a lot of great reasons why you need a website and a Google business profile. That's just one of them. But understand that for so many reasons, your website and Google business profile are going to serve as the base level of all of your marketing efforts. Now, a website is great because it adds a lot of legitimacy to your brand and to your business. And if you're just getting started, people are going to want to be able to search your name and have something come up. Not just your social medias, not just your Google business profile. They want to see a website, right? And even if they don't click on it, still just having one offers so much legitimacy for your brand and for your business that it's worth having one. And it's also worth having one that's well made, because for the people that do click on it, they want to have a good experience on that website. They want it to be easy to find the information that they're after. They want it to be easy to contact you and get in touch with you. And they want to be able to see that you care about your business and your brand. And your website is essentially your online business card. So investing in a nice website is something that's going to serve you very, very well and also help you get more clients and customers. Now, Google also needs to know that your business exists. And a Google business profile is obviously a great way to do that. However, because Google's pretty smart, it's got algorithms, it's got AI, it's got bots that are very aware of all the things happening on its search engine. So it knows that when you make a website and a Google business profile, that both of them are part of the same business. And it's really important that you have these two things built up and linked together, because when you get more reviews on Google, for example, it's going to boost up the ranking of your website. It's a part of SEO, search engine optimization. And when your website starts to perform and get a lot of traffic, it's also going to take your Google business profile and push that up to the people that it finds relevant, related to the people that are searching on your website. So both of these two things are extremely important to have dialed in and looking as professional and have them as optimized as possible. So regardless of what stage you're at with your business, having a website and a Google business profile is extremely necessary. Also, I've seen businesses get traction with their Google business profile within a couple days to a week. So if you're a brand new business just starting out, the first thing that you want to do is set up a Google business profile. These are the two arguably least expensive and also most accessible to potential clients. These two things are extremely valuable assets, and you should definitely invest in them and get them set up and optimized as soon as possible. They are going to benefit your business. And like I said, everything else that we do in the later steps is going to be built off of, these two things right here. So that is absolutely essential. This is the first box that you want to check when you're thinking about building your business and marketing your business. So step one, laying the foundations. Let's talk about step two, because as a landscaper, your focus should be dominating your local area. And obviously there's a certain range, there's a certain bubble that you want to get your work in where it makes sense, right? Where you're not traveling extremely long hours to get to a job because it's not profitable. You don't want to be paying people to sit behind a windshield. You don't want to be paying for gas. Gas is too expensive, right? So you want to really focus your efforts on absolutely dominating a tiny little area, right? Route density, job density, all of that stuff is important. You want to set your home base, set how far you're willing to travel, and just absolutely crush it within that area. So there's a couple pieces to your local expansion that are going to be important. First of all, Having a lettered truck. This is a big one, right? People are going to see you at gas stations. People are going to see you at stop signs. And I can't tell you how many jobs I got where we were working at one property and the neighbor would come over and say, hey, you guys look like you're doing good work. Can you come give me a quote for my property next? Having a lettered truck gives you the opportunity to be seen while you're working, while you're out and about. And it's also really great for establishing a brand, because the biggest component, the biggest principle, I should say, of marketing is you cannot sell somebody something if they don't know that you exist. So by having letters on your truck, people are going to see you around town. You're going to start to become noticed, right? People are going to start to visually identify, oh, that's the landscaping guy, right? So having the ability to be seen and have people know that you're in business, that you have a legitimate company that you're running, is extremely important. And the same thing goes for company t-shirts, right? While you're out working, while your guys are at properties, assuming they're doing good work, you want to be seen doing that and you want to get the credit for it, right? So you never know who's going to come up or who's going to see your shirt, or, even if your guys, hopefully they're, acting in accordance, but your people are wearing company t-shirts and whatever out and about, and people get asked, oh, who do you work for? Oh, these guys, blah, 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 at the gym. You never know, right? You never know. So having business cards, having company t-shirts, having lettered trucks is extremely important. Same thing with yard signs, right? And again, this comes down to you do quality work and you want to get the credit for it. So, you mow a really nice lawn, you got some beautiful stripes, it's the best lawn in the neighborhood. People are going to be driving by looking at the lawn like, oh my God, I wonder who cuts that. Well, I don't know what kind of car this is, but they're driving by, they're like, hey, I wonder who cuts Becky's lawn. And they're going to have a yard sign right there that says, hey, this is Joe's Landscaping. Call 603-999-999, right? You know what I mean? So being seen and getting the credit for your work is also important. And that's something that you want to, again, to establish your local dominance, you want to have yard signs everywhere. You want people to see you everywhere. Omnipresence is key, and we'll talk about that later down the line in this video, but having yard signs is huge. Same thing with door hangers. You want people to see you as many times as possible. If they see your truck around town, they've seen guys with your t-shirts on, they see your yard signs, and they know the quality of your work is good, and then they get a door hanger on their front door one day, come on, man. They're going to have to at least call you back because they're curious. So it's very important to be seen in as many different places as possible and make an effort to just really make sure that people know who you are, right? That's super important. Now, step 3, local dominance. This is where we start to turn things up a notch, right? Now we're starting to run paid advertisements. So before I talk about this, let me break down when the right time to make this jump is, right? Because getting your truck lettered might cost you a couple $1,000. Getting some company t-shirts is a couple $100. Getting yard signs is like $100. Door hangers, same thing. Getting these made is not relatively expensive, right? You could do all of this stuff right here for probably a couple grand. That's a one-time investment. You know what I mean? You're going to get the truck lettered. You don't have to do that again. You buy your company t-shirts once a year, whatever, you're good to go. Yard signs, you use them all up and then you buy more. It's like $100 for 100 signs. You know what I mean? And if you guys need help with that, I have a link for you that'll give you a couple dollars off. Just shoot me a message or drop a comment or DM me on Instagram or something, and I'll get that to you. Anyways, once we get into this phase where we want to start doing paid marketing, that's where we need to have a system already built. Now, this is something that I get a lot of questions about, and it's something that unfortunately I have to kind of turn people away sometimes, because I've gotten guys that are like, 16, 17, 18, they just started their business and they're like, yeah, I've got 6 lawns. Can you run Google ads for me? I'm like, dude, that's not what you want to be focused on. That's not actually going to be beneficial to building your business right now, right? Like when you run paid advertisements, think about it like this. You have your business, which is really just a system, right? And that system delivers a product / service, but the service really is the product, which is basically you mow lawns or you install patios, and your client comes into the system, and out of the system, you deliver this product or service. Oh, let me do that again. You deliver this, and out comes money on the other side, right? And then you can use that money to recycle back into this, which means that your business is going to start to grow. Woohoo! That's the plan, right? Now, in order to have this work, right? Like this is marketing. All that you want to be focused on when it comes to paid advertisements, if you're going to run SEO, if you're going to run Google, if you're going to run Facebook, you want to have a certain system already in place. Your business is already established, right? Marketing should be seen as just pouring gas onto the fire, right? You've already got your business set up. It's already ready to go. You're not reliant on marketing. You have your core customer base. You're ready to grow and expand. You've reached a point where you're like, okay, I've got this and I want to go to the next level. I'm making 20K a month and I want to get to 50 or 100, right? Like all of this stuff is very doable. So marketing is an accelerator for your business. It's going to take you from one goal, income, revenue wise, work wise, client wise, whatever, to where you want to be at, right? And you can dial and control this by how much money you put into this system right here. So the client costs money to get. We can run Google ads, run Facebook ads, we can run SEO. It's going to cost you, ultimately we can break it down and get data, but it's going to cost you a certain amount of dollars to get access to a new client. That client's going to come into your system, you work for them, deliver the product and service, and then you get money out, right? Now you continue to reinvest this money until all of a sudden your business goes from doing 20K a month to 50K a month. You keep reinvesting. Now we're at 100K a month. Beautiful, right? We love $1 million businesses. That's great. That's everybody's goal, right? Everyone wants to be the next $1 million landscaper, right? But in order for that stuff to work, in order for it to be successful, you need to have that baseline system already set up, right? And this is the biggest thing that it's kind of hard for me to explain to the guys that are a little bit further behind in the process. Not behind as in they're doing something wrong, but they just haven't built up their business to a certain level, right? Like let's say this is just getting started. This is where it makes sense to market your business, and this is where your business can go after marketing, right? Like spending money on Google, Facebook ads, whatever in this range isn't going to be the best for you, right? It's not going to be the most profitable. You want to do the groundwork. You want to do the legwork here. You want to do, the website. You want to do the Google business profile. You want to do, yard signs and door hangers and physical marketing up to this point, right? And once you get to a certain level with your business, maybe it's like 10K a month or like 20K a month. That's when you have the actual disposable income where you can look at marketing in a healthy way to begin with. Because let me tell you this, you don't want to be so stressed out on myself or someone like whoever is doing your marketing, right? You don't want me to be stressed and reliant on your business, basically being a success based off of results I get you from my marketing, right? Now, we're going to get you results. Don't get it twisted. However, you want to already have your base clients set up. You want to look at marketing as, like I said, pouring fuel on the fire, as a bonus, as an investment. And you need to have a little bit of disposable income to do that, because I can tell you that my prices are pretty similar to all the other guys in the industry that are doing exactly what I'm doing. And if you want to really get the best results with Google or Facebook or SEO or anything, you're going to have to spend some money to make some money, right? But what I'm saying is if that money that you're spending is like do or die for your business, that's going to be stressful for you. You're not going to get the best results, and you need to have that disposable income to spend on this stuff for it to really be worth it. Because it's going to take time too. Like people have this misconception that Google or Facebook ads is like you turn it on and the next day your phone's ringing like crazy. It's not how that works, man. It's not like that. So you need to spend a little bit of money to make some money. You need to be in position to where, and here's the thing, right? If you gave me a couple $1,000s and said, hey, run some Facebook or Google ads, I'd be like, okay, sure. But think about this. If all of a sudden your phone started going crazy tomorrow, would you be able to handle that? Could you handle 30 new clients this month? And if you can't, chances are it's because you don't have the system already established, which is why it's super important that before you start thinking about this stuff, you need to reach a certain baseline where it's like, I could handle 10 or 20 new customers. I'd know how to deal with that, right? Because that's what's going to happen. As soon as you turn on the faucet for these types of, lead sources, you're going to get results if you do it right. If you have someone professionally managing this stuff, it's going to work, right? So the question is, do you have the budget for it? And do you have the resources and the infrastructure in place to handle those new clients so you can grow and scale in the first place? So I know that was kind of a long-winded example. Let me erase some of this stuff. But I hope that made sense. Basically, it's like, there's a reason why Google, SEO, and Facebook ads are step 3, not step 1, right? The foundation can get laid as soon as you start your business. This stuff needs to happen once your business is already kind of established and it's like, okay, we've got our baseline. Now we're looking to take this to the moon, right? And there's going to be certain, phases and levels within that too. But basically what you need to understand is this stuff is going to cost you money, and it's also going to put stress on the systems that run your business, right? The amount of crews you have, the amount of equipment you have, the work that you can do in a week, like you want to be putting pressure on that, meaning you want to be getting more clients than almost you can handle. And this is going to allow you to do that. But you need to have the proper systems in place so it doesn't collapse your fucking business, right? The point of this stuff is to grow and expand, not break it. You know what I mean? So that was a very long-winded example, but I hope that, made sense and I illustrated the points that I needed to for you guys to kind of know if this is something that's right for you or not. But to kind of wrap things up, generally speaking, if you're not doing 10 to 20K a month, don't even worry about this stuff. This is like, okay, we've got our business built. Now we're ready to absolutely dominate our local area. And these things are going to help you do that, but you need to be ready for it. It's not, step one. Now, beyond that, step 4, local omnipresence, which is like you are everywhere. You are the go-to guy. You are the number one trusted source for landscaping in your local area. And now you've kind of got the dominance over the market share, and you're looking to, completely own that and also expand into non-local areas. So, when it comes to scaling your landscaping business, you've got a couple options. You can sell more stuff to the clients that you already have. If these are your products, you can go and get more clients and sell them the same one product. Or, once you dominate one area, this is a great strategy here until you get to the point where you completely own your town or your city. You've got that unlock. Now it's time to start conquering the cities around you, right? So maybe that 45-minute radius that you started in, if your business is based here, this is 45 minutes away to get to the other side of your little bubble. And maybe now it's time to start expanding that because you've got a pretty dominant market share within this area. And this is not something that takes a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. This is like you've been in the game for about a decade, right? Depending on what kind of services you offer, this stage, this step could be years down the road for you. So don't get excited about this, right? This is for a very select, probably like top 10% of people that are running landscaping companies. Like for most people, their goal is to run like 2 or 3 crews, be making, 500K to $1 million a year. And that's it, right? They don't want to go crazy. This non-local expansion is for the guys that are trying to run like franchises. You know what I mean? Which is possible. You can get there, you can do it, but it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to take time. So understand that everything from step 3, we're doing in step 4 as well, because now we're just taking our Google, our Facebook or SEO ads, and we're targeting them for the areas outside of our initial, kind of home base, right? So we can do all of these things for other areas as well. That's how we do that. Also, TV and radio ads. This is like you've got big boy money to spend. This is not going to give you the highest return on investment. You know what I mean? Like who's really listening to the radio anymore? Who knows? But this is stuff that's like a big flex, right? This TV and radio ads is more for branding and for bolstering, the strength of your brand, right? These are muscles. This is a guy. Yeah, I get too carried away with these whiteboard videos, but I hope you guys find it entertaining. Anyway, TV and radio ads is great for expanding beyond your local area. It's also a big flex for your branding. Just to say you've been on TV and radio is awesome, right? And then another thing you can do that I've seen guys in my area have success with is sponsored events. So like when your community hosts a town anniversary, or there's a big like children's hospital fundraiser, whatever, you'll see some of the bigger companies start to sponsor or like get placements within those events. And that's a really, really great way to kind of, again, bolster your brand, but also start to kind of establish that like godlike omnipresence as like the go-to person for landscaping or whatever business you have in your area. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys today. Hopefully you found that helpful. Hopefully there's a little bit of insight for you there as far as what you should be investing in. depending on where you're at with your business. If you guys need help with any of these services, whether it be setting up a website, a Google business profile, or if you're ready to start running SEO, Google ads or Facebook ads, feel free to drop a comment or shoot me an email, or you can book a call with me one-on-one and we can talk about if it's right for you. I'll have links to all that stuff down in the description. Also, we just launched our own custom software, which helps you automate your marketing strategy for your business, manage your clients, and get more reviews on Google. We've got automations that set up like missed call text back. So if someone calls your phone while you're out in the field and you miss a lead, don't worry about it because we send them a text back for you. We've got a lot of cool stuff going on with that. So if that's something you're interested in, again, book a call with me down below. I'd love to talk to you about it and maybe go one-on-one and just explain some of this stuff in detail and see if it's right for you and your business. So with that being said, guys, I hope you have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back with another one soon. Happy landscaping, and I wish you guys the absolute best this season. Keep crushing it. Yeah. Ciao.